Guys, this is betrayal at the highest levels. The Biden-Harris administration has struck a deal with the masterminds behind 9/11, sparing them from the ultimate penalty. In this video, we'll expose the shocking details of this plea agreement and why it's a slap in the face to every American. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a tale of utter incompetence and disregard for American justice. Brought to you by the Biden administration. The Biden-Harris administration, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to let the architects of the most devastating attack on American soil off the hook. That's right, guys. The death penalty is off the table for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and his merry band of terrorists. You have to wonder about the timing of this, because we're like 95 days away from a presidential election. And even though dumb dropped out, dumber is still running. Now, this administration has done a lot of stupid things, but this is something that should be questioned, because nobody in their right mind would come out with the news that they spared the 9/11 planners who killed about 3,000 Americans in one day from the death penalty after all these years. It makes you wonder, what do they know about the election that we don't? Now, you might be thinking, Rich, surely this can't be true. Even they wouldn't stoop this low. But oh, how you would be wrong. The Office of Military Commissions, with all the gravitas of a carnival barker, announced that they've entered into pre-trial agreements with these monsters. Agreements! As if we're dealing with shoplifters instead of mass murderers. But wait, can you believe this? This farce of justice has been dragging on for nearly 24 years. That's right, almost a quarter of a century, and this is what we get. Thank you, Joe Biden. That's right. A plea deal that spits in the face of every victim's family members, and every American who lived through that horrific day. Let me paint a picture of the devastation that these animals caused, because our mainstream media doesn't want to show, on the anniversary of 9/11, doesn't want to show the horror. Nearly 3,000 innocent lives snuffed out in an instant. The World Trade Center, a symbol of American prosperity, was reduced to rubble. The Pentagon, the heart of our military might, breached. Let's not forget the heroes of Flight 93 who sacrificed everything to prevent even more carnage. Now imagine being Daniel De Lara, whose twin brother John was one of the 23 brave NYPD officers killed that day. Daniel had the audacity to expect justice from this administration. Instead, he gets this gem from our illustrious government. Well, he said, "We patiently waited for a long time. I'm very disappointed. We waited patiently for a long time. I wanted the death penalty. The government has failed us." Failed us? Daniel, that's the understatement of the century. This administration hasn't just failed us. They've betrayed us. They spit on the graves of our fallen and handed a victory to the very people who want to destroy our way of life. But it gets worse, guys. Jim Smith, a retired police officer whose wife, Maura, was the only female NYPD officer killed on 9/11. Put it in terms even this administration might understand. He said he felt kicked in the balls. Well, Jim, I think the entire country is feeling that right now. Smith went on to say, the prosecution and families have waited 23 years to have our day in court, put on the record what these animals did to our loved ones. They took that opportunity away from us. They did, guys. They took it away. Just like they took away those 3,000 lives on that September morning, our government took away the right of their loved ones to get justice. Now, let's talk about these pretrial agreements. What exactly are we agreeing to here? That mass murder isn't so bad after all? That orchestrating the most devastating attack on U.S. soil is just a minor offense? What's next? A stern talking to and a timeout in the corner? These terrorists are currently enjoying their stay at the luxurious Guantanamo Bay resort in Cuba. I use the term resort loosely, but compared to what they deserve, it might as well be the Ritz. And now, thanks to this administration's stellar negotiation skills, they get to keep breathing the same air as the rest of us. Let's not forget what these monsters did. They didn't just kill 3,000 people, they shattered families, destroyed communities, and changed the course of history. They attacked the very symbols of our nation, our economic power, our military might, and they tried to take out a seat of government. But here's the kicker. While our government is busy coddling terrorists, they're labeling parents at school board meetings as domestic terrorists. While they're negotiating with the likes of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and his lawyers, they're throwing the book at Americans who dare to question their narrative. Is this justice? Is this what we've come to expect from the leaders who swore to protect and defend our Constitution? I don't think so, and I bet you don't either. So, what do we do now? We remember. We remember every life lost, every hero who rushed into those burning buildings, every family torn apart. We remember that our government, the very people tasked with keeping us safe, have decided that the lives of 3,000 Americans are worth less than appeasing our enemies. Guys, we should demand answers. We should demand accountability. And most importantly, we should demand justice, real justice, not this watered down bullshit, politically correct version that seems to be all the rage these days. All right, thanks for watching. Hit the notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with how the Biden-Harris administration is screwing us over each and every day. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors, missing to cover ups.